LCA Tejas is on its way toward becoming one of the Indian Air Force's most potent weapons. The IAF is increasingly trusting India's own fighter jet in the most testing conditions against the enemy. This just days after the Tejas fighter jet's deployment in Kashmir. In a step towards strengthening its combat capabilities and achieving self-reliance in the aerospace sector, the Indian Air Force is gearing up for increased deployment of the light combat aircraft Mk1A on forward bases. Indian Air Chief Marshal V.R. Chaudhary recently conducted a comprehensive review of the LCA program accompanied by senior representatives from the Ministry of Defence, DRDO, HAL and ADA. The Indian Air Force has procured 83 LCA Mk1A aircraft in 2021, reflecting its continued investment in indigenous defence capabilities. The HAL has now confirmed deliveries of the next-gen LCA Mk1A variant, which are scheduled to begin by February 2024. Building on this assurance, the IAF is considering the possibility of inducting the LCA Mk1A into a newly established squadron at one of its operational bases early next year. The LCA Tejas symbolizes the nation's commitment to self-reliance in the aerospace sector. Notably, all contracted fighter variants of the LCA Mk1 variant have already been successfully delivered to the IAF, marking a key milestone in this program. Additionally, the Defence Ministry has confirmed that HAL is on track to deliver the contracted twin-seater variants in the upcoming months. Now, despite some project delays, the IAF has lauded the collective efforts of all stakeholders. It also emphasizes the importance of integrating lessons from the LCA program into future projects. This development holds significant implications for India's strategic power projection, particularly in sensitive regions along the LAC with China in Ladakh and Arunachal Pradesh. The increased deployment of the LCA Mk1A on forward bases enhances the IAF's readiness and response time in these critical areas. By bolstering its indigenous defense capabilities, India aims to reduce the dependency on imported weaponry, thereby strengthening its overall combat capability. Now, further strengthening the LCA Tejas' combat capabilities are the ASTRA or ASTRA missiles. Now, India celebrated the successful test firing of the indigenous ASTRA Beyond Visual Range air-to-air missile by an LCA Tejas fighter jet off the coast of Goa. The missile was released from the Tejas jet at an altitude of approximately 20,000 feet, meeting all test objectives flawlessly. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh hailed the successful missile test, also lauding the defence manufacturing industry for their collaborative efforts. This test firing marks a substantial step forward in enhancing the combat capabilities of Tejas, a single-engine, multi-role fighter aircraft designed for high-threat environments. With the successful integration of indigenous weaponry, India's defence capabilities further strengthened, especially in the backdrop of geopolitical tensions along the border with China. The successful integration of the ASTRA missile into Tejas equips the IAF with a potent indigenous air-to-air capacity, reducing reliance on foreign-sourced weaponry. This development directly impacts India's preparedness and deterrence in sensitive border areas like Ladakh and Arunachal, sending a clear signal of India's commitment to safeguarding its territorial integrity. The increased deployment of LCA Mk1A Tejas on forward bases, coupled with successful missile tests by the Tejas jet, underscore India's determination to secure its strategic regions and reduce dependency on external sources for critical defense equipment.